Hey guys, it's Tyler, and I'm reading this book right now. It's called All I Want to Know Is Where I'm Going to Die, So I'll Never Go There. Buffett and Munger, A Study in Simplicity and Uncommon Common Sense. So pretty much what it is it's this guy who wrote a book, and he just stocks together all Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger's best advice from books, interviews, videos, whatever it is, right? And one of the principles or one of the pieces of advice that Charlie Munger recommends that all of us do is we study the fundamentals of the most important areas of life, learn the models that are within those, and then apply them to other areas of life. So let me give you an example that he gives in the book. So, he's into investing. He's into business, right? And he studied engineering. Just the basic principles though, not like all the complex things, just the fundamentals, right? And he found that in engineering they have a basic principle, which is having a backup plan. So if one thing fails in whatever you're engineering, then automatically a backup plan starts. So what he did is he learned that principle from engineering and then he applied it to business. Do you see how that could work? Tai Lopez talks about this as well. He called it the suspenders and belt principle or something like that. And he had this mentor, and he used to wear suspenders and a belt at the same time. And Tai Lopez was like, "Why do you do that? Like, don't you just need one?" And he said, "I have a backup plan in case one fails me." So maybe with the belt and suspenders, it might be a little bit hard to understand. Like your waist size isn't just gonna shrink immediately, but you know what I mean. It's just having a backup plan ready. So what he recommends is that we study the most important areas of life, like health, psychology, business, personality, tonality, body language, basic mathematics, hard science, different things like that. Take the fundamental models and principles, right? And then apply them to different areas in our lives to excel at those. So just going back to the example that Charlie Munger had, he is really into business, and then he studied engineering, found the backup plan principle, and then applied it to business. So that's just what I wanted to share with you. Study, master a few things, but then become knowledgeable in other areas. And then take the fundamentals of other areas and apply them to what you're trying to master or what you already have mastered to become better. That's the whole principle. So I really hope this helped you out. And write out 5 different areas that you're going to start studying that you've been lacking on. Maybe it's learning the fundamentals of physics, science, or maybe it's learning the basics of health, right? Maybe psychology. Maybe you've been lacking on studying how your mind works and how thinking works and all that. Maybe whatever it is, man, just write out 5 of them and then just study the basics, the main principles, and figure out how to use those main principles in those other areas of life to benefit the areas that you most focus on. So to simplify that, if you are really into business, maybe study engineering to find some basic principles that you can apply, that you can extract from engineering to apply to business, or take certain principles from hard science and apply them to business. One of the ones Tai Lopez says is, if you study basic science, right? This is 3rd grade science. They teach you the scientific method, right? It's 7 different steps. It's hypothesis, blah, 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 blah. I don't remember what they all are. But what he would do is he would take that and he would apply it to business. So what he would do is he would do business experiments. So he would say, all right, so I hypothesize that we're going to get these results in a year and blah, blah, blah. And then he does the scientific method and he does science experiments with his businesses. So, if his business doesn't work out like he planned in the year, then he knows that was a failed experiment. And then he tries to figure out why it failed. And then, he might retry it again, or he might just start a new business and do a different experiment, right? So those are just 2 examples, the backup plan, the scientific method. Now you find the 3rd one and try to apply it to your life. Good luck.